Well, good morning, Casino Cindy. I'm glad to see that you showed up for our weekly blackjack session. What's the question of the day?
Well, what I was looking at is on our card that we have that anybody can get. I was wondering what situations do you run into if you get nines, split nines, whether we should do that or not.
Oh, especially against an ace, since you're looking at one there, huh?
Right.
Well, that's a good question. What does the card say to do?
Well, the card says if we have two nines, you split with twos through sixes. You stand on seven. You split 8 and 9, and you stand on 10 and ace. That's what the card's saying.
So the card says a pair of nines against an ace, you stand.
Yes.
Okay. Also against a 10. Well, let's see how that looks. So we have 18. What possible cards can the dealer have underneath? We know he doesn't have a 10. We know he doesn't have any of these or we'd already lost. So we don't have to worry about that. Okay, so
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and ace.
all right, so it's going to be any of these. The only thing you're missing there is a 9. Could be a 9 in the hole. Okay, so out of all these, his hole cards, we have 18. If he has this or this, we've already lost. So we know he doesn't have the 10-point cards. Why don't you slide them right over here?
Okay.
We know he doesn't have those. These would be bad for us because we already had lost 2 of them. So any of these in the hole would be good for us. So that's 2, 4, 6, 7 good cards that he could have, and 2 bad cards. With our 18, we already lose with these. This would have been a tie if he had ace 8. So I'm not going to call that. That's really not good or bad. But that means 2, 4, 6 good cards he could have. And this could happen, anytime the dealer has an ace showing, no matter what we have. So he could have 6 bad ones. He can't have any of the 10s. And there's only 3, 2.5 good ones that he could have in the hole. So then our question is, do we want to split those 9s? So he has all these, twice, at least maybe 3 times as many bad ones that he could have in the hole, and only 2 good ones that have us beat. If we split the 9s, what the good ones we could get, what we'd want to get, one of them would be a deuce. An ace would be good. Any 10-point card would be good. I would say any of these would be bad because you'd have to hit again 3 through 8. So there's 6 bad ones. If you hit a 9, you can get. That means there's 7 good ones. So you got a little bit better than 50-50 chance of getting a good card
If you split.
if you split. But it can backfire on you because he could have these and your numbers have to go up. If you get the deuce, you split that. We split that every time, so that doesn't really have a bearing. I mean, we doubled with the 11. It doesn't have really a bearing on whether we split or not. It just means that it's another good card we could have. So there's 6 good cards, 7 bad ones.
Right.
Oh, and there's a 9. There's another 9 in there somewhere. Find it. There it is. Could get that. and that would be 18 again, or we could split them again. You mentioned something interesting about that a minute ago.
Yeah, if you are trying to figure out, and it doesn't matter if it's nines or eights, you decide to split, and chances are it's, I don't know what statistically the numbers would be, but it seems as though when you split something, an eight or a nine,
Anything.
anything, you're going to get another one.
Yeah.
And that's normally what you would do. Normally, what people do is split it again. But you have to, it's not a hard rule. You don't have to split it again. Say you started with the two nines and you had double or triple your normal bet out here. If you split it the first time, then you're racking up double or triple on this one also. Then you get another one, and that would mean double or triple. You could lose a lot of chips in one hand. So just because you get a third nine or eight or whatever it is, doesn't mean you have to do it. But generally people do.
Yeah. Yeah, especially on these marginal hands. Splitting nines against an ace, I'm going to call marginal because there's better hands out there. Anytime you can have two chances to win, that's what you're playing for, and you want is to go all the way in, all in hand. Split them as many times as you want, as you can, and double up, get all the money in. That's when the dealer has a break card, and you have any pair, even deuces or something, because you have two chances to win. So, but this is a marginal hand, and a lot of people, myself included, have done that where you split one, and like Cindy said, you're bound to get another one of the same exact numbers and have to go the third time. And the casinos have a limit of four, at least the casinos we play at, four splits in a hand, so there's a limit on that. But just if you had three bets already out there and you had to you split them four times on a marginal hand, there goes your stack if you lose. If the cards don't fall right for you, or the dealer has a 9 in the hole and got 20 already, you're up against a hard wall. So you consider, one of the considerations, like you said, is how much do you have bet. If you just have a single chip, single bet, you feel more free to go for it. If you have triple bet, and it's going to cost you $800 to get through that hand when you're only betting 50 to begin with, you might not want to get in on it,
Right.
And you could just sit with your 18, which is what the card calls for. Don't split, just sit with it. But there are, we don't know what the dealer has underneath. There's no 10, or we'd already lost. He's only got two cards that beat the 18, or possible out of 13.
Beat or tie, but
Well, this would be 19, ace and ace,
okay,
19,
yeah,
so that you're beat. If the dealer has a 7 in the hole,
that would
it's
be
a tie. But that card doesn't really fall good or bad. So in this scenario, the dealer only has two good cards possible that he's got already, and that's opposed to our 50-50 here. There's 6 good ones and 6 bad ones. So that's 50-50 on the nines here, and your advantage goes up for all these other ones that he has. But to me, I would probably just sit with the nines. I agree with the card. You agree with that?
Sounds good, yeah.
Now, if this is a 10, do you have a 10 under there?
I believe I do. Oh,
So if the dealer has a 10 up there, it doesn't really change much, because now it does change a lot, because all these 10-point value cards come back into play I shouldn't have reached over there. You should straighten them out.
Okay.
But all these are back in play, including the 7. That makes the dealer pat. Okay. That means he don't have to draw. And if you have 18, and the dealer has a 10, and actually this moves over here. All of these that could be in the hole are bad for you, because you either beat with 20, 19, or you tie on an 18. So that's 2, 4, 6 bad cards. That means there's 7. No, these are, well, bad card for us, good for the dealer. That means there's 7.
No, there's going to be 6, because we know he doesn't have the ace. That
Right.
would be a blackjack automatically.
Right.
So here are the 6.
Oh, it's 6 and 6, right?
Right.
The ace can't be in the mix of what he possibly has. So that's 50-50 right there, of whether you're already beat or he's got a draw. So, on a 50-50, I wouldn't split the 9s. So I agree with the card. How about you?
Right. Yes, absolutely.
Okay, now if he's got a 7, if this is the dealer's hand, he's got a 7 showing, and we have a pair of 9s. All right, so with that, we could be already winner with 18. Oh, okay. We could be a winner already with 18, or we can split. We have an option of that. So against the 7, what does the card say to do?
Against a 7, it says to stand.
Okay, so they're saying that with 18, you could already be a winner. Don't ruin it. And the cards, he could have any of these in the hole, including the ace, including the 9. He could have it. 7s. These are ones that are going to be good for him.
Right.
So this is bad for the dealer. This is bad for the dealer. So there's 5 cards in the hole that would be bad for us, and that means there's 8 other cards that would be good for us, because he would have to hit. And there's only a 38.6 chance that he's already that he's already got this. So if you split your 9s against a 7, all you have to do is get an 8. You could get a 2, an ace, or a 2. That would be 11. You could get another 9. That would be good, because you're going to split, go all the way in. Although this is not a true 2 chances to win, because he could be pat. The 2 chances to win, you don't want to have to hit till you break. You want to see the dealer have a break card showing. He's got to hit, he could break. And you could get wonderful cards.
Right.
And with a 9, you can hit again, so that's why the 2 is good. You can hit, but it has to be followed up by another good card. So, you got 2 chances to get a good card, but you have to keep hitting till you get something 17 or above, pretty much. So, all of these would be good. This would be good. These would be good. And 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They would all be bad for you, because you'd have to hit again. But against a 7, if you got 15, do you want to hit or not? That's another choice. But there's 5 bad ones. That means there's 8 good ones out of the 13. So your chances of getting a good card go up against the 7. So my thought on that would be to split the 7s. That's what the card said, right?
Right.
Split the 7s go for it. And even if it draws you all in, if you have a big bet, that you build up, your 3 bet or whatever, just sitting on it is fine too, because you already got that money in there, and you not necessarily want to put more in, especially if you split 3 times.
Right.
So, sitting on it's fine, especially if you have a big bet. If you're on a minimum bet, this is a good way to get some more money in when you have a good chance. Like I said, there's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 good cards you can get, opposed to 5 that are bad. And by bad, you don't break, but you got to re-hit. You could break. So this one especially depends on how much you have bet to go in with. And then, if the dealer has a break card, 2 through 6, doesn't matter, any break card. You don't have one?
No.
There you go. Any break card. So now you're up against any break card, and you have the pair of 9s. 18. That's a pretty good hand. But you can make more. I mean, you're here to win, so you want to press your bets when you have the chance. So anytime you have a 2 through 6 up for the dealer, that's when you have the 2 chances to win. So, I would say split that one. That way, anywhere you get, if you hit that, you have 12 against a 3. We usually hit that again. So you possibly, could break. But if you get the 4 or any other card, you don't have to hit again. And you could hit an ace 9. You could hit the ace with your 9. You could double down on that against a 3, 2 chances to win. It's already 20, but you could make it 20, and you might not even need 20. Maybe 15 is good enough, because the dealer can break. So you definitely would split against any break card that the dealer has. So I hope that clarifies it for us. Don't split them against ace or 10. What did we come down to on 9s? Oh, it depends on your bet. For 9s, 8, or 7, it depends on what you got already in there. 3-bet, maybe just play it out. Single bet, split them, get some more money in, because you got a pretty good, a better chance than usual
Better than 50-50 chance.
to end up winning, yeah. But it's still marginal. So, I hope that helps answer your question, and mine too. We got a good idea what's going on.
Let's hope so. By now.
All right. Well, let's ruffle them up and play a hand of cards.
That sounds like a good idea to me.